is one of the most promising of the second generation of Jamaica's roots singers. And he was actually born right here in the Bronx, New York, and raised in Jamaica. And Tarrus, like his dad, has a sweet tenor vocal style. His first connection with the Jamaican music scene was as a DJ. And early in his career, he began writing his own songs, many of which had a strong Rastafarian and cultural themes. His first album, Challenges, was produced by Mr. Dean Fraser. It, of course, yielded a couple of big hit songs, including Larger Than Life. And Fraser has also produced 14 of the 15 tracks on Riley's sophomore album titled Parables, which appeared in 2006 on the VP record label, and, of course, featured reggae legend Sly and Robbie. And the album generated She's Royal, that has, top charts globally. In 2009, Tarrus released the album Contagious, and it contains hits Start Anew, Good Girl Gone Bad, and this one features Conscience, and a favorite of mine, a cover of Robin Thicke's Superman. In 2010, he, of course, released Protect the People, which scaled several charts in Jamaica and across the Caribbean. And other hit singles include Shaka Zulu Picnic, Come On Over, and Never Levi. And Riley has performed in several stages in North America, Europe, and of course the Caribbean, including Reggae Sumfest and the Jamaican Jazz and Blues Festival. And of course his strong stage presence gives him crossover appeal and makes him a major force on the international reggae scene. Tarrus has consistently racked up awards for his work, and among his accolades, Best Singer, Male Vocalist of the Year, Cultural Artist of the Year, Song of the Year. These are just some of the big awards that Tarrus Riley, Omar Riley, singing, has garnered in his long and distinguished career.
Blessed love. Satamasakana. Give us the teaching of Marcus Garvey.
And Soundcheck is brought to you by VP. And certainly love did created Tarrus Riley. Good morning, Tarrus.
Good morning, sir. How are you doing?
How you doing, family? Blessed. Thank you very much for waking up and having breakfast with us this morning. How are you this morning, Tarrus?
Yeah, well, I'm in the east side of Jamaica, St. Thomas. It's a beautiful morning. The sun is shining bright. I'm about to go to the river where I hung up before, so I'm all right.
Well, you heard what Mr. Anthony Turner had to say, but before we go into that, Tarrus, BREADMAN, say good morning to family.
Good morning, singy. Thanks for coming.
Let me celebrate. Yeah, man.
Now, Tarrus, in the background is Love Create I from your first album. A lot of people thought that when you did...
No, not right. Love Created I is not from my first album.
Where's it from?
Love Created I is a song that produced by Dean Fraser and a rhythm named Jaliv, Bob Marley, original Jaliv.
Mm-hmm.
The first album is called Challenges.
Okay.
And on Challenges, I did not use anyone's rhythm.
Wow.
All of the music was all original music.
Mm-hmm.
So songs like Larger Than Life, Baba Cheer, Better This Way, all of the songs are original music progressions. Written by me and my brother named Labaska at the time. Guitar and piano, straight music.
Speaking of...
Fraser make rhythms out of these progressions.
Mm-hmm.
So that song, when you hear Love Created I, that is when I started getting flexible and vicing on the rhythms.
Wow.
So my first album, I never do anything like that. Never go on a rhythm.
Never go on a rhythm?
The music.
Wow.
Yeah, it wasn't something that I was interested in because at the time I was playing my piano very frequently and I put chords together and I write songs from scratch. That's like you push it to the limit, like right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Me and Roberto Riffraff will make that song, jukebox them, we make it from scratch. And that's how I believe, like, songs should really be made, like from scratch. No disrespect to the rhythm people, and we do sing on rhythms, and we do very well on rhythms. But if I have it my way, every song will be made from scratch. I like it better that way.
Speaking of...
find out something.
Speaking of Larger Than Life, ladies and gentlemen, take a listen to this song.
Oh, when he'll go, he doesn't care, and he thinks he's got things figured out. Yeah, but when the lightning's striking, everybody
And this one is taken from that album, Challenges. And let me just go back though, Tarrus. When you release Parables, that was when a lot of folks got to know who Tarrus Riley really is. And folks here in the diaspora was saying that was Tarrus. This is a new artist and Tarrus' first album. And I'm like, wow, no, couldn't be. Tarrus been around a while. No.
Yeah, but I'm still a young youth, you know. You have to be careful because guess what? Because we come to the music business so serious. People are trying to, people a lot of times call me among some names like the same Freddie McGregor and Barry Salmon. And these people could be my father.
Wow.
I've been around a long time because I've been into the music from a young age. Because my father, Jimmy Riley, they bring me that shooter from a little youth. And I advise to people like Black Scorpio. You know what I mean? I advise when I mixing lab as a little youth. 15, 14, them time I'm a DJ. Them time I want to be Butch Banton and Beanie Man and Bounty Killer. That's what I wanted to be.
Wow.
You know what I mean? I idolize these people. I idolize Shabba Ranks. I idolize Supercat. Anything the man they do is law to me. The Shabba cutting me a certain particular hairstyle. I want the haircut. But anything Butch I do, I hit me. But you say Browning.
You say Browning.
I like a Browning. You say Black Woman. I like a Black Woman. So I know how music influence people.
Yes,
so check
definitely.
it out now. The reason why we call the album Challenges is because it was challenging for me to stop DJing and to start singing.
Right.
Because I never believed in myself as a singer. I never big up Mr. Dean Cannon Fraser for that. I need my voice. And the next man named Danny Brownie from Main Street, where I'm in studio.
Right.
I stood up at Reddy's Road. And one time I go sing a song, DJ a song. And I said, Screwface, yes, I'm Bota. Why you want to come in today, that's soldier? And Danny Brownie start laugh. And I said, what you doing? And I said, I'm a DJ. And the man drop on the ground. I start laugh. I'm a vex. I'm going to laugh off of him.
Right.
And I said, my youth, you sound good.
Right.
But you are wasting your voice. You should go really learn how to sing because you're not far from it. I'm a vex with Danny. I can't feel it. I'm going to go up at the studio for about 2 weeks.
Because you thought you were a DJ.
No, I was DJing in my mind, but he must have my voice too sweet feet.
Right.
So I said, John, no. But I mean, that do. I wasn't singing like, I'm singing now.
Right.
Or anywhere close to it. But just, he must say my voice in here like a melody and my voice, and I should have really practice. But how it go now, you know?
Yes.
Mr. Dean Fraser. You know, because we work with a group of people. We have a thing in the Yaman production. I have a big on Courtney Crichton. And give me a big strength. And between him and Dean, now Dean, I say, yo, go sing. And I said, me a DJ, what are you talking about? And I said, no, sir, sing. And Dean actually tricked me into singing, you know.
Wow.
Now go around it. And him say, all right, cool. Well, I know you can write tune. So I session weekend, write some tune. And I have a little singer come sing them. So I say, all right. So I write larger than life. Now I'm virgin. Write better this way, write a couple tune. So I say, all right, Dean, which body singer them? Let me teach him the song them. He said, no, man, just carry them come to the studio. We reach the studio early, 10 o'clock, Tough Gang studio. At that time, you know, that the studio engineer, Shane Brown, and Roland, and all them you there, you know. Seeing? Them at the studio doing the engineer work, you know. And I say, all right, everybody there, musicians is here. Where's the singer?
Where's the singer?
He say, you're the singer. I say, all right. He say, oh, you mean? Sing.
So a singer.
That's how I start recording it.
Wow. And speaking of your dad...
So I larger than life. And that's why I call the album Challenges, because me, it was definitely challenging as me, to me as a man, to do that.
Yes,
You
definitely.
understand me?
Definitely.
So working. I'm doing this music and putting it out. People hear it. Now, remember, everybody familiar with it. Everybody knows Jimmy's son. Who know him from around Woodland Avenue, know him from around Dixon Lab, know him from around this, know him from Dirty Park, know him from all over, isn't it? So in the music now, here comes up one of my father, big personal friend, I mentioned him, Tony Rebel. We have keep showing them Rebel Salute, where we are here from, we are little youth. Tony Rebel goes a book. Him love larger than life. He never even know who sing it. He just say, who sing that song? After come by them show.
Wow.
When the man find out that Jimmy youth, the man say, Jimmy, little youth, my little nephew, come in. And, you know, from him to a next man named Warrell King. And then remember, now, my father that Sumfest from a little boy. I remember when Sumfest started, I'm a little youth. And that's for the first time I see Garnet sing. You see me? And then here comes Sumfest and me get a chance to go up on a reggae Sumfest as a little youth with one song. So it really, I think it's like a blessing, you know, a big, big blessing because we just work hard, we don't trouble nobody, we write my little song them, we put them out and have the energy for just push them.
Definitely.
Yeah, the right people around you.
And then here come me take a break. Take a break. When we take the break now, enough things change, you know what I mean? Yeah, man, part ways, only for things go on. And Dean say, yo, you see the work that you start, it did not go in vain. Pick it up and come again. I say, a serious deal, I can't bother with it, you know. He say, oh yeah, I do. And I just go and struggle. I go sub up and I start write some tune. You trick me again, you know.
Trick you one more time. Hold on, Tarrus, hold on. Before you give that trick, hold on. You mentioned your dad, Jimmy Riley. I want to play a track so folks can understand where Tarrus and Jimmy is coming from. Father and son. Check. And you know, Tarrus, incidentally, last week, Saturday, the man who put you on Rebel Salute was right here on Mic Check. Tony Rebel was here last week. And, you know, it's...
man, I'm a virgin, I'm a boss. I want to... You've about your forefathers. You have more than 4 fathers, you know. I have like a dozen fathers, you know.
Wow. Now, tell us about the second time Dean Fraser trick you now. Go ahead.
Yeah, the second time Dean tricked me now again. So Dean, I work on an album with Luciano. So Luciano... Dean them and Luciano make a big tune, say, give praise to Rastafari. And them have the rhythm, because I Dean them rhythm, and they must say, yo, give me a little tune for that rhythm here. I'm say, all right. But me I draw Dean out, me I draw him out, because I'm going to read him, you know? So, guess who go bust now?
Who?
Never used to bust a fire name, John Legend.
Wow.
And John Legend I sing a tune, say, we're just ordinary people. And the whole Jamaica crazy about it. Everybody crazy about it. But Dean hear a tune by that name, Stay With You. Dean love that tune the band and say, yo, you know, say Tarrus and the belly have a similar kind of raspy sound. If Tarrus sing that tune, I'm going to mash up the place. But Dean know me stubborn like walk. I remember Tarrus is a bull, you know, me stubborn bad, you know, you can ask BREADMAN, hey, me stubborn bad, you know. I love my own way, you know. So guess what I want now? Dean said, how am I going to find a way for guitars to sing that song? So Tarrus, all right, singer, you know that tune, yeah? And him start sing the tune. Even though me know that tune a long time, you know, because my sister listen to John Legend, religious. So me hear that CD there 100 times already. So I go to boom and say, yeah, man. He said, more I sing it. I said, sing it. You don't rate me, Dean. People tune, you come to tune me right. The man said, sing the tune, the singer. Let me know it, but me rather write a tune. Dean said, all right, here what you do. Write a tune for the give praise and sing that tune there for me. So I said, all right, cool. Even though I'm not going to check him this time now, you know. So I'm not going to check him now. I'm going to write my tune. I'm not going to just have the John Legend tune and that thing like, sure, if no one beat me, beat it. You know what I mean?
Right,
I go around him. So on my birthday, the 26th of April, we go to the studio. And him go, give praise. I'm going to sub up and run off the tune. I'm sing the tune. And he say, wicked. And I said, the system set and the comparables and things. So I said, all right, little more Dean later. And said, later, want to the tune of me you ask if I sing. You know with my liar self now. Which tune that again? And said, the John Legend tune, boss. I said, oh, go again. And said, that sing the tune to me all day yesterday, or sing the tune. Let's try to go around him, you know. I said, all right, come, Dean. Dean, take the tune and say, ready, record. I'm going to start singing. Been together for a while now, growing stronger every day.
Man, this story is getting more and more interesting. You know, I remember when...
So watch I know.
Yes, go ahead.
So watch I know.
Mm-hmm.
So boom. If you listen to that record, at the end of the tune, me I laugh. 2 songs, my record. If never show them Good Girl Gone Bad, me and my brother, Conscience, sing. If you listen to the end, you laugh till you're weak. When if you listen to Stay With You, the end part, you laugh. The reason why I laugh is because I sing the song one take.
One take.
And for those who are listening on the radio and don't know what that means, that means from the time when them say red light, I'm start sing, me no stop, and that's the record. So I sing tune one time. Me never stop and pick up, me never make any mistake, me just sing down the song. Because just how me didn't know the song. When it done, Dean said, all right, give me an intro. I'm going to the inch. And Dean said, come out the studio. Record the song in 5 minutes.
Wow.
Everybody know Dean, them just said, boss, come out of the studio.
Just
And
go.
come out.
Is the Dean voice good?
And that, I sing that same song I never want to sing. And that same song with Dean run me up to sing I never want it.
Became a
That song
monster
changed
hit.
my life.
Became a monster hit. Well, you know, Tarrus, I don't know if you've ever heard this. We had a chance to interview former Prime Minister, Mr. Edward Seaga, who said he's a musicologist. He said to us that this song, and I'm going to play it. He said, and let me repeat what he said. This song is the best song ever put together in Jamaica. I'm going to play it and you tell me how you feel. Ladies and gentlemen, let me say this. GROOVIN Radio have just landed another Hall of Famer. You know, BREADMAN, when you play football, you go into the Hall of Fame. When you retire in the NBA, where do you go? Huh?
Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame, right? Yeah. Well, Tarrus is headed to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Certainly one day he's going to get there because Tarrus, Anthony, tell Tarrus when Edward Seaga said that. What did we say that morning? I mean,
I remember that interview because when you talk about music, you know, a lot of people don't realize that Mr. the Honorable former Prime Minister of Jamaica, Edward Seaga, goes back to way in the 60s. So when he says that song is great, and this song was one of the songs that he said was one of the best songs ever written in Jamaica. So it really means a lot. It's a major compliment. And I personally just want to say big respect, Tarrus. This is a big song. The ladies love you every time you do it, and it's certainly one of their favorite songs.
Well, you know, Anthony, if Tarrus, again, like we say to a lot of our guests here, if Tarrus perform and don't do that song, you know, in Jamaica they throw bottles and they throw mangoes and stuff like that, Tarrus probably would have to run away. Now, tell us about
They wouldn't do me that. They wouldn't do me that in Jamaica. They would have say, come on, sing it, give it tune, come on. They wouldn't do me that enough.
Wow. Tell us about She's Royal, Tarrus. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, she's royal, you know, she is royal, so the song I have to sing. But check it out. First of all, before we get like into all of them things, we can't big up any song without bigging up the producer.
Yes.
So to pick up Dean Fraser.
Every time.
Dean Fraser produced that song. See? Slide on back with them tune there now. Robbie Shakespeare with that bass there now.
Yes. Certainly two of the
So pick up
best.
the musician them and the producer them. Now watch this now.
Yes.
And next thing with songs, when me I learn, and I could be wrong, but this is how I feel. And at the time, song, the timing, music is all about timing and rhythm and space and timing. Sometimes the time when a song come out, you'd be surprised, you know, because She's Royal was never big in Jamaica first, you know, to tell you the honest truth, you know. She's Royal and was never a single, you know. She's Royal released an album called Bibles.
Yes.
And on that album, we have 2 singles. One of them named Beware, Beware, cause they shot at them strap. And the next one named Stay With You. The album go out, and when the album go out, Caribbean people take up the song named She's Royal. So in a St. Kitts and Lucia, Grenada, Barbados, Bermuda, all of them that love this song. Antigua, everyone that can think, other than sent them, St. Kitts and this and this, all of them. And then, I remember getting a call from a station in Jamaica called Zip FM, telling me that I have a #1 song all over the Caribbean. You listen to me?
Yes, sir.
All right. Them don't even know which song it is. I don't even know which song it is because the way they're describing the song to me, them can't tell me. They must have said some song. So, me start laugh. I say, me not know more song, that's my album. So them said, hold on. And then them come back and say the Queen song. They say, oh, the album went up there for 6 months. I'm not just getting the station because I have a whole heap of friends. I'm just being real with you.
Yes.
A whole heap of friends in my play on the radio station. Jamaica never know about She's Royal. Is after that, the next year, here comes Jamaica discovering the song. But it's not big yet. And the next year, it become big. And then after that year, the next year, the Honorable Portia Simpson Miller run. And everybody says so the song keep growing from year to year to year to year. And from like 4 or 5 years, the song is going to get bigger like a new song. Once again, these things are blessings. You know what I mean? And you get to sing about it. You know, I'm not singing she's sexy or girl take off her clothes and let them make love to you. Which nothing is wrong to sing them kind of song, but it's good for those who sing a song about a woman carrying herself in a certain fashion and her self-esteem and lifting up her confidence. And it get recognized in the pop culture. You know, it's popular to say, yes, you can hold your head tall. You know?
Yes.
It's popular to be, you know, naturally beautiful. You don't need to, you know, do anything extra. You're beautiful the way you are. So the biggest thing to me about She's Royal is that the message like that, you know, you hear people talk about roots revival and roots and culture and everything there. I'm doing roots and culture and people loving it as a youth. So, you know, it's all good. It's all good. And it just shows you that people love nice things. People love clean things. People, if you just give them a chance, they will make them choice. Because She's Royal is a product of that. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
It plays in the clubs, and you wouldn't think it's a club record. It plays in the club. It plays at birthday parties. It plays at anniversary. Everywhere music can be played, this song plays. So,
Wow.
you know,
Wow. Tarrus.
believe in the music, man.
Yes, we're coming up to the top of the hour, and I know you want to get to the river out east in St. Thomas, but we're going to ask you to stay with us. We're going to close this half an hour out. We're going to play one more song, and definitely,
I
Breadman.
don't have a request. God don't have a request, and I'm not lying, you know. I have a request. A long time I want when Big Man come for radio and sing. I have a request.
Okay, sir. So hold on, Tarrus. Just hold on for
Man, I have a request, man.
hold on for a few minutes, Tarrus. We're going to go to the top of the hour, and we come back, and certainly you are indeed a humble soul. We're going to tell my two guests, Anthony Turner and Tarrus Riley, to hold on to the lines. And when we come back, we're going to take some calls. Anything before we go to the top?
Well, I'm interested in what the request is. That's what you put me in suspense right now.
Tarrus Riley on mic check. Welcome back, Tarrus. We know you want to go a river, but BREADMAN, you have a question.
Yeah, definitely, Tarrus. You know you captivated a lot of the women across the globe with songs like She's Royal, but there's men out there like me that we gravitate towards your message songs. Message songs like Shaka Zulu, Pick Me, and them something. You see those songs? Tell us, what is going through your mind when you build a song like Shaka Zulu, Pick Me?
Well, let me tell you something. Don't feel no way. Remember, we are human beings, you know. So you have a time when, you know, you're in an intimate mood. You have a next time when you have the warrior spirit inside. You have a next time when you're exercising. So I don't really limit myself in subject matter nor musical genre, you know. I remember I'm a dancehall baby, yet still, he's a reggae baby, he's a rocksteady baby, he's a hip-hop baby. I make only a different style of music. So definitely, me always have a little something to give thanks and praise. Like, never leave, we cha-cha. Everybody feel like them more, you know, draw close to them more time.
Yes.
Any religion them deal it. You know what I mean? You have a next time when, as a Rasta man, African descendant, you know what I mean? The song explains itself. The blood of African kings runs through my veins. The measures offspring.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
Shaka Zulu Pick Me. So that's definitely how I feel.
Yes.
You have a next time when we give a love song, you know what I mean? I mean, it's definitely a lover, not a fighter, really. But we fight for our rights.
Yes.
So I don't think that I could be like a one-lane artist. Because we have a whole heap of female fans, we have a whole heap of male fans, we have a whole heap of elder fans, and we have a whole heap of little youth fans. You know what I mean? And it's cool. And, you know, we sing Summer Fling, she not interested in a wedding. You know what I mean? Like different subject matter, different rhythms. And this is, you know, out of many one people that is in Jamaica, you know, they're influenced by a whole heap of different things, a cultural youth. So I'm just trying to give you that in the music.
Definitely.
They always try to keep you know what I mean?
Now, before we
get bored.
Now, before we get to the...
I get bored?
Yes.
Well, I know. If I get bored with the music, you can imagine the listener. So
Right.
I have to always keep it fresh. So definitely, when we're thinking about Shaka Zulu Pitney, that's just the Rasta part of Tarrus Riley. I speak out on the music and make you know, say, yo, but I feel like she here, baby, or far away, or she's royal. Remember, some man a Rasta youth, you know. You understand me?
Definitely.
Jaja, when you're not gonna make me suffer, enemies trying them up in scatter and batter and flatter. Protect my people, Jah. Don't let them get caught in the crossfire. Protect my nation, Jaja.
The telephone number is 914-636-9847. We got a few more minutes with Tarrus Riley. If you want to say something to Tarrus, if you want to tell Tarrus how much he has influenced your life, you know, Tarrus, I remember once we were in St. Kitts for the St. Kitts Music Festival. I mean, I'll put your business out there now. We were staying down by, if you ever stayed at the Marriott, down by the beach side where the townhouses are. So we're leaving to go to the music festival. Tarrus performed that night. And we're walking past and see Tarrus in this gym working out, sweating like water does a run off of Tarrus, you know. And I'm saying, Andrea, I said, Andrea, you think Tarrus can perform tonight? Look how the man a work out. Anthony, when Tarrus came to Jacko, when he came to the stadium, and Tarrus hit the stage, I think he performed for about an hour and a half that night. Sweat was flying off of Tarrus, and there was no stopping there was no stopping Tarrus Riley. So we have been around the Caribbean with you. Yeah, we have been around the Caribbean with you, man, and we have seen how you work. Even this year, this past year, July at Reggae Sumfest, you did a wonderful. Listen, man, Breadman, Tarrus must have a Jemima mouse.
Me know, say the man, he's on the fitness thing.
Physically fit.
On the fitness thing. What you said to me, Tarrus, say you don't eat nothing when I have no mother?
No, listen, I eat nothing with bones, you know. I'm an animal lover, you know. So I don't eat anything that has bones and blood and that cries and things.
Now let's
respect to what people want to eat, but me personally, I like to play with animals, you know.
Now let's open the phone lines, Tarrus. One second, Tarrus. Let's open the phone lines and see what folks have to say, because the phone lines are lit up. It just goes to show you how loved you are here in the diaspora and around the world. Good morning. Say good morning to Tarrus.
Good morning, Singy. Good morning, Tarrus Riley. Couple of things. Let me just say thank you so much, my brother, for your positive, uplifting music that you've been bringing consistently. The other thing I want to say to you, that music is always quality music. The question I want to ask you, we know that a lot of reggae artists now are collaborating with other artists in other genres. Who would you most like to collaborate with?
Well, I'm a fan of so much artists. That is a hard question. I love so many singers. To be honest and truthful on the radio, I mean, I don't know how real it is, you know. But I really check for a girl named Melanie Fiona right now.
Oh my God!
I sing a song with her.
Wow.
And usually artists kind of go around them question there and say, yeah man, anybody, and you know what I mean, that little artist answer. Honestly, I would really like to sing a song with Melanie Fiona, and I mean, I like her voice, and that just comes to my head right away.
Right.
But you know, not the artists who I really like collaborate with are no longer here. You know, that's kind of sad. But I mean,
but you know something with the technology.
Give thanks for collaborating.
With the technology, it's still possible because Natalie Cole recorded with her father how many years after he had died. So it's possible.
We're gonna talk to Dean Fraser about that.
But it's all good. It's all good, and you know.
Yes.
It's all good. And collaborating, the good thing about linking up with other artists is because you learn so much when you do these things. You know, when I'm a close person, Damian Marley, Junior Gang, like every time I'm in the studio with this man, I just around this man. Come like in a classroom, I learn something new about music or about, you know what I mean, the way how to record it or just the approach. So there's a bigger side to linking up with artists more than just seeing two names on a paper, you know. Like unity, strength for real. You learn so much. You know what I mean?
Yes. Carla, want to say thank you. Carla, want to say thank you very much. Where are you from originally?
Me? I'm from London.
You're from London?
Yeah.
And you're in love with Tarrus Riley?
Big up London, all British.
Definitely.
Big up the British crew then. Thank you.
Take care, my dear. 914-636-9847. Anthony, anything you want to say to Tarrus before we start going into...
Yeah, I mean, I'm just thinking about the whole thing with Tits and Chin and the success that she's enjoying. What are your thoughts about that? Because I know initially she took some heat in Jamaica for entering the voice competition. What are your thoughts about that at Tarrus?
It's great. It's beautiful. It's more exposure. For example, like Tits and Chin is a wickedest thing long time, you know? She's not doing anything but better. She's the greatest voice. I mean, she has the powerhouse voice. And Jamaica people know, and who never know, coming like them never hear her. But I mean, definitely the world awaits this voice. So just to have it around in Jamaica here is great. But I mean, even Aki has spread all over the world. You know what I mean? Even Mango go all over the world. So why if your music can't spread as far and wide as it's supposed to? Man, import breadfruit or export breadfruit. So me love and congratulate her upon the step we should make. You know, not being shy or even apprehensive to go out there to get more people in tune to our voice and listen to our voice. Because she have the goods. You know what I mean?
Definitely. And
even Aki, we are trying to spread Aki to the four corners of the world. That's how we should spread our music.
True that.
The request, Tarrus, Breadman is in shock. So go ahead.
We're very curious about your request.
Yeah, man, the request.
Jukebox production, Tarrus Riley, push it to the limit. That's my request. It's brand new. It's something that I was telling you about earlier. About doing a different sound.
Right.
You know, different flavor. I really love that song right now. I tell you the God truth. And I don't really usually check the song them like that. I mean, you do it, you put in 100%. Remember, it's your work. But every so often you have a little song. Every artist can tell you, but then I like that one there.
Now, caller, before we go into this song, say something to Tarrus Riley. Go ahead. Caller, you're live.
One love, Tarrus. One love, my brother.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. But, you know, the thing that you spoke about a while ago in terms of what you say about you don't eat nothing that don't have no mama. I love that.
Yeah.
Yes, I love that, man. That is a
My first one. I don't want the people that eat them little bird and them little things but female, you know, but that is my personal thing, you know what I mean?
You're a thing that.
Yes, sir. Yes,
yeah, man,
sir.
he's a vegan vegetarian. That's just a little fun fact about Tarrus Riley.
Give thanks.
I don't get too personal because I don't want to offend anyone.
Yes, sir.
But that is the truth, you know what I mean? And it's all about eating right to me and living healthy and exercise. I think that is what make, you know what I mean, the music even stronger because a healthy person make healthy music.
Definitely.
Respect.
Yeah, man. Caller, thank you very much.
Yeah, right.
Breadman, let's move the request right now. Brand new music requested by Singy himself, Mr. Tarrus Riley.
Inside, let's take a ride. Where the man said we're expecting rain. Me and my baby gonna be up till late. There's no need to rush inside. She's showing signs her eyes don't lie. Listen, woman, I don't drive too fast. Buckle up, girl, and I just relax. Yes, you know I know this road. Take you on a journey with eyes closed. And she said, hurry up, push it to the limit. Oh, don't you worry about it. I said, baby, hold me. We're gonna ride all night long. She's flirting, but I'm turning. Push faster, tires burning. Slipping, gripping, shifting. I'm loving the feeling she's giving. Oh yeah, we're cruising, no hands.
Again, brand new from Tarrus Riley. So ladies and gentlemen, you have the opportunity right now again to say good morning to Mr. Tarrus Riley. Anything you want to say? We got about, 10 more minutes, Breadman, before we put a wrap on this program. And it is indeed a pleasure to have such a singer like a Tarrus Riley. Again, the list continues to grow in terms of who we have on Mic Check. And ladies and gentlemen, we are doing our best to bring you the best of the best. And it's a very tough thing, Breadman. People think that we can really do this every Saturday morning. It's tough. And we say thanks to the artists who every time we pick up the phone and call, Tarrus did not hesitate to come on Mic Check this morning. And Tarrus, we want to say thank you very much for joining us. Breadman, I know you have something else to say.
Well, definitely.
Go ahead.
Well, Tarrus, you know, last night was my birthday party, and I've been pushing a commercial on this radio station with a drop where you send me, and I've been hearing a lot of talk. Well, you laugh, Sir Virgin.
Boy.
I come outside last night, everybody's asking me, yo, when Tarrus will come to New York? When Tarrus will come to New York? So I'm just going to put the question directly to you. The people in New York, they want to see you.
We're supposed to come there the other day with an SOB's gig, but it never really manifests. But we're coming close to New York. We have a DC date about at the end of the month, and we have a North Carolina date. It's kind of far, you know what I mean? But when the right time, with the right people, we'll definitely come. And the good thing about that is I like to do special things, you know? I have a lot of special memories about the concerts up there and things. And I don't want to do anything. I'd rather just ease and wait till the time is right and give you something that you can remember. That's how I kind of like operate, you know?
Okay, so Tarrus, we're going...
It's like I'm particular with my food. I'm particular in the way that I perform and the way how you guys get it. I'm just like that. Maybe me, go on, but that's just something them special.
Okay.
Like special thing. But I like everything, you know. I like special things.
Special thing. Let's go back to the phone lines. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, and well, so bless up to my brother them in the studio. Good morning, Mr. Riley.
Yes, I.
Yes, sir. Well, so I thank you for the positive music that you bring to the stage each and every time, and thanks for the blessing of song that you put out there. And yes, She's Royal is an anthem no matter where you go. So much respect, son. Continue success.
Thank you very much, caller. Thank you very much for interacting with us this morning. Yeah, man, definitely. Now, Breadman, do you want us to put the date out there or continue to take phone calls? Good morning, caller. You're live on the here. Repeat that, sir. Yeah, man. He's listening.
Yes, I.
Yes, I.
I hear it's yes far, but I'm probably not remember me for so long. Back in the days, and them call it down in the gully still, you know?
Down
in the but me and the youth name Leroy, and all of it they still has a big sound down in the right behind the gully and little school. That school name again right now for Ellis Town Road right there, so. Yeah, man.
All right, sir. Give thanks.
I mean, I hear this, you know, but I'm so long, but I'm a big artist. My father, understand? Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Give thanks, my friend. Give thanks. Now, Breadman.
You know, to tell you the truth, I never hear that loud. I never hear him that loud. When that's it?
Him says y'all came together from some school back behind Elliston Road.
From back in the days with used to hang out with.
Big him up, bless up.
Yeah, man. Bless up, caller. Bless up, caller. Now, before we wrap this up, Tarrus, is there anything you want to share with the New York listeners, those who are listening to us on the internet? And Anthony, anything you want to say to Tarrus before we put a wrap on this one?
Yeah, man, we've seen Tarrus at many concerts, and just want to say congratulations. Keep giving us great music, and we're looking forward to getting the new album when it drops.
Breadman?
All right, thank you very much.
Breadman.
Well, definitely, Tarrus, sing it. Thank you for coming. Thank you for giving us this splendid interview. You're just making... I just been getting calls all morning since you came in on the radio. So, thank you again. And New York, I wait for you.
How we them afraid of Jamaica? Them said it's fun to act this side of the equator.
The date is June 29, 2014. Groovin in the Park. An evening of reggae, rhythm, and blues. You never know. Tarrus might be on the bill.
Music.
Morning, Dean Fraser.
How we run it? Hey, whether sports or academics. How we run it? How we run it? Yes, we're rich in a culture, full up of history. We run it. How we run it? And if a trial and tribulation, we must overcome it. How we run it? Oh, no, we're not better than ya.
And that's where Tarrus Riley is right now. Let me say good morning to Shane Brown. I ran into Shane at Reggae Sumfest this year. I had a great conversation with Shane. And again, Tarrus, we want to say thank you very much for having a part of your breakfast. And I know you're moving into brunch now. So we say thank you very much for joining us this morning. And share anything you want to share with the world right now, Tarrus. The floor is yours.
Yeah, well, I want to thank you first of all for inviting me on the program and giving me this opportunity to get closer to the people who listen to the music. Because we know only for people listening, and the world has become a very small place thanks to radio and internet and social media, etc. But thank you for having me on the program and people can hear me and talk. I want to big up my mother, you know what I mean? I big up my father, I big up the whole of my family, and I want to big up all the Caribbean people and Jamaica people in New York. New York is like a little Jamaica, a big Jamaica. You know what I mean? I want to pick up all of the artists them who come before Tarrus Riley. Not only my father, but the artists them who inspired me to do what I'm doing now. Because I don't that joke. Reggae music is a treasure. Reggae music is my legacy. You know what I mean? I'm a birthright. So I really give thanks. I love music for real. I love music more than I love music business. I tell you the God Almighty truth. Because I deal with the business. So I'm organizing myself, and I give thanks for the fans who really inspire me and motivate me to stick with this thing, you see me?
Yes, sir.
It's not easy. Music business is pretty on the outside. Remember me say, music business is pretty on the outside. So people see artists coming up pretty close and tour bus, and it look nice. Oh, leap of sacrifice tonight. But I love my work because I feel like I'm doing one of the greatest things in the world. I'm making people feel nice.
And
I come to a stage show and sing and people dance and hug up and everything good. So I don't take it for granted what I'm doing. I don't take radio time for granted. I don't take the love of people and their support for granted. And it's good for you to hear me say these things. You know what I mean? Because artists get only for bad name feet. And enough artists still like we really love people, you know. Most artists kind of shy to say it. But we really love people and we're really, living out a dream. All the people go to work every day. You all know them things. When I live in New York, the place cold. People get up and go to work and dread going to work. You know what I mean? But I get to go to work and I love my work. So that is a blessing. And I could not do that without the support from you all.
We say
it's so long and it's so drawn out, and I don't mean to over talk, but I really am being real genuine. And I just want to big up to everybody who support my music and Jamaica music. And I am just getting started. I'm up and coming. I'm a new artist. Means a young youth. Healthy, I'm strong.
Tell them.
I'm giving you the music.
Well, the passion is in your voice. The sincerity is in your voice. And it comes across, Tarrus, as how really real of a person Tarrus Riley really is. And we say thank you very much for joining us this morning. And it's always a pleasure, Tarrus, when we see you. You are indeed a pleasant soul that the Father gave us, and we're going to cherish you for life, brethren. So we say thank you very much for joining us, Tarrus. Give thanks, my brother.
All right, thank you every time.
Thank you very much, Tarrus.
Tarrus. Yo, man, I tell you, right now I'm jealous because I just came from Jamaica about a month ago, and you see St. Thomas have some of the best rivers. I'm talking places like Bartford.
Right now.
You see what I said?
You know, right now. I need to rock on and do that quick because trust me.
All right. All right, family. Blessed love.
All right, boy.
Give thanks, Tarrus. Blessed.
BREADMAN, make myself your life is not a dead man.